Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. We're just working on this Hilux here from memory. What was it? I think it was about a 2013. I should have a look before I start the video, shouldn't I? Let me do that. Take two. Yeah, May 2013 it was. It is. Not was, it is. Okay, we've got a few dramas here. I've got a bit of C19 there. No, just joking. The morning thing, the throat, I tell you, and the allergies have been going off again lately the last couple of days, so a bit of in the videos. Sorry about that, but it's reality channel, and that's why people subscribe and turn the bell on the genuine, authentic information, so remember to do that. Let's get to the story on this one. So the idea is, it's a service and an EGR clean, and you've probably seen our video, the full detail EGR clean. You can have a crack yourself, or you can bring it in and get it done at the Prado hospital or one of our other recommended repairers. We don't recommend very many people because of the high standards and the risk. I don't want to just, even if I've got someone that's, oh yeah, I'm not going to put it at, that's why I'm not sort of going, oh, I'll go here, go there. Besides, they'd get absolutely smashed. I can't put it on here for that reason. And also, there's limited people we're going to put our name to, our reputation to, if you know what I mean. So if I do recommend someone, I reckon they're pretty bloody good. I'd take my vehicle to them, I'd travel. Okay, what's the problem here? Well, we've got a small auto electrical catastrophe, I like to call it. I might call the video auto electrical catastrophe. It's not too bad. The problem we got is we need to service the vehicle, right? Tell me how. See the oil filter, it's down there. That might look like a bit of an opening, but that is not big enough to get an oil filter tool in. It's the wrong angle. I've seen worse, yes. We've got hoses, you know, we've got joiners here, which I don't like, with cable ties, clamps that we're going to cut our hands trying to get down there, whatever. Now, that's just sitting there as demonstration, because we need to get all this off for the EGR clean. And the point is not just for the service. These extra fuel filters, I mean, each to their own, I've said it before, they're not going to prevent anything, okay? They do help clean fuel, but they're not going to prevent anything. There's vehicles that have done hundreds of thousands of Ks, many of them, and the injectors are just as good condition as injectors that have failed at low kilometres with extra fuel filters. Internals we've seen rust and corrosion on. We've talked about in other videos. Check out the injector information videos in that playlist. Check our playlists out, see what you're interested in. So the problem we got here, the dual battery here, dual is in dual, D-U-A-L, not J-E-W-E-L. When I talk to the phone, it comes up Jewel. Jewel of the Nile, you know. Anyway, basically the problem we got here is to get in and access all these bolts and everything on the EGR, we need to remove all these fuel filters out of the way. And this is something, when I say, you know, the cost of an EGR clean, when you say, oh, how much is an EGR clean? And I go, I'll send you an estimate and there's lots of variables. This is what I'm talking about. If it's a normal, what I've quoted you on, if it's a normal vehicle, this isn't here. This filter is back here, you know, or wherever it is. Oh, in this car, it's not far from there, but this is, this whole big arrangement here, that's not there, right? It's okay if the battery's there. It's okay if the fuel filter's there. It's not okay if your DC-DC charger, then your bracket, and then we go, okay, well, we need to remove this gear to get to all the stuff down there. It's like, but it's even harder now, because not only is it an extra fuel filter, there's all this extra wiring in that, you know what I mean? So we've got to, so that we don't have short circuits, we've got to disconnect batteries, we've got to take all these wires off, there's wires everywhere, it's not our setup, there's no, you know, we could lose one, one's going to end up, down, around, you know what, it gets messy, it's creating a heap of extra work, to be quite honest, and I need to cover the time. So this one is going to cost extra, unfortunately, because we need to, so definitely each job, just a quick reminder, that, you know, I don't do EGR cleans myself. I've got an assistant who's well trained. He doesn't need my supervision, but, you know, supervise, we work together on a lot of jobs, whatever the case may be, but of course they can take care of it all on their own anyway. They don't need me. But the point is, he likes beer, he likes Heineken, right? So a slab of Heineken isn't going to cover this, but every job there should be a slab of Heineken to cover all the, there's always little bits and pieces of extras, and just to calm his nerves, so he doesn't want to charge extra, you know, 150, 300 bucks, whatever, that slab of Heineken keeps a smile. So if you turn up and drop off your vehicle and you say, look, I know about the slab of Heineken, that's a bonus. If you make sure you turn up with it, not $50, so you don't get it, mate, right? The green box is the go. The green box, here it is on the shelf, the green box. Now, bottles are good because, beer out of bottles is good, but also need some cans for trips. So, whatever, bottles, cans, whatever, you can even ask if you like before you purchase bottles or cans. So look, there's a possibility we can keep this to a slab of Heineken, the green box, because what we might be able to do is disconnect the fuel lines, take this extra fuel filter out of the way, which is still a pain, it's going to be messy. That'll allow enough access to do an oil change, get to the oil filter, do the EGR clean without removing the electrical. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. But I just want to point out reliability. See these zip ties? Zip tying to the plastic pressure sensor, not a good idea. Zip tying hoses against sharp edges. It's not sharp plastic, but you know what I mean? They're kind of sharp with a hose, diesel vibration, you know what I mean? Like all this business here, rubbing, diesel vibration, joins and stuff. These dodgy hose clamps, that's the sort of stuff that I don't like. I like factory, it works. Anyway, this was a bit of trying to just demonstrate why I don't do quotes, so don't ask me for a quote. I don't do quotes. I can do estimates, but it's what it is. If you bring your vehicle in, doesn't matter what work it's for, and you've got contraptions in the way, I don't know, like a hot water service across here, and we need to do the timing belt, or, catch can over there, well, that's no big deal, but, it might be in the way of things. Whatever it is. I mean, some bad examples, maybe there can be accessories in the way. This is one of the big ones, the extra fuel, and so whatever. So if you're thinking about getting rid of the extra fuel filter, you see the point that, my point is this video is not about how well the extra fuel filter works or not. Certainly it filters the fuel, it takes extra out of the fuel, but we still see vehicles, injectors wear and fail from contamination, whatever, with 3 fuel filters, because the Prado's already got 2, add an extra one. And we also see them without any extra fuel filters on Hiluxes like this, just with that baby right there, at 300, 400,000 Ks. Now the full DLC injectors are a lot better than the old ones. That's another reason, obviously, you should replace them. I'll just quickly touch on that. 09, 10, 11, like 150 Prados and Hiluxes, they weren't full DLC, the replacements are, unless you end up with those remanufactured injectors, because again, they're remanufactured, we believe, only partially, and you're not going to get the full DLC. You're not getting a new injector, so just be careful where you purchase from. What else here? You don't have to bring the slab. No, it's not compulsory, but just be aware. Saving you $50 on this could cost you $150, $300, or something at the other end, depending what the extras are. I'd just like to be really clear with my communication. So this video, I suppose there's information here for people watching, general information, things to avoid, what you install, what clamps you use, what zip ties, what joiners, unnecessarily. Just replace that bit of hose, We don't install aftermarket accessories, therefore we don't have aftermarket hose there to fix things like this. This is something you need to get onto yourself, or we can refer you to one of our other 4x4 Diesel workshop recommended repairers. But I'd rather just be really clear and blunt about, I can't do the extra work for free. Time is time, and I've got other things to do, and the only way you get the time is by paying for it. So that's what this is all about. I'm not complaining, I'm trying to tell you it's going to cost extra time. It does make the work more difficult. We've got to think what's the best way. We've got to pull that fuel filter off and then did that work, okay? Now it does take time to do that, and then we've got to try and put it back the way it was, and then when something rubs through or there's a leak or whatever from all that, oh, you touched it last. Well, yeah, might have touched it last, but we didn't set it up like this, you know what I mean? Anyway, we'll get on with this EGR clean. I might add something else into the end of this video. I'll see if I've got any good info. Sit tight. Thanks for watching. If this is the end of the video, please, like usual, give us a thumbs up if you got something out of it. And if you haven't already, subscribe, turn the bell on. Search our channel, watch the videos. There's a lot of really excellent information there. Don't trust me. Look at the comments. Other than the, few people that always never happy complaining. Everybody loves it. Really awesome videos they tell us. So I've got to tell you, if you're a first-time viewer, that's what they're saying. Check out a few more videos. Well, it's off, so I thought we may as well have a look and see what we're looking at 140,000 Ks. Look at that. Look, we used to do a lot of posts with photos showing people the crap that their vehicles have to deal with. right? This is not a problem with any manufacturer necessarily. It's emission stuff that's forced upon them. Anyway, just thought I'd quickly show you. When we work on vehicles, we used to send photos the whole time. It was all pretty exciting many years ago to go, wow, look at that, and show you how clean it is afterwards. But now we just get the job done. We've done heaps of them. It's quite boring. It's same old. If you haven't seen the information, watch all the old videos, right? Now, if you come along now and you sort of see this video, it's like, you know, it's like watching, okay, what's your favorite, what's a really popular movie? I don't know, let's just say back in the day, I don't know, mate, help me out. Bad Boys. Okay, so Bad Boys. Is there a Bad Boys 3? I don't know, but imagine watching that before you watch Bad Boys, the first one and the second one. Look, I don't know why I picked that one, but yeah, it's one of my favourites, I've got to say. I might go and watch that tonight. I'll watch Bad Boys first, Bad Boys 2 second, and if there's one after that, I'll watch that third and fourth, yeah? I don't go... So my example is, you're coming in late, you missed out all this other information. I'll give you another example. So yesterday, we did another video, put it out straight away, showing that remanufactured injector that accidentally slipped in, and I'll give you a little bit more feedback on that for all the regular viewers that hung around. Sent it back to the supplier. Supplier says, oh no, this is new. I said, no, well it's not. And they said, yeah, well it is. I said, well, we're just having an argument here. I said, I can show you 10 ways that that's not a new injector. After they were given that information, they then proceed to take it to the manager. The manager says, oh yeah, I think he's right. So, you know, this is the place that remanufactures the injectors, right? And they're like, you know, the staff are trying to... Anyway, so they didn't accidentally slip it in. The last thing they wanted is me to get my hands on a remanufactured injector, right? Lucky we didn't strip it down. I was going to say, everyone watching chuck in $1 each. We own the injector. We can strip it down and go to town on it. But maybe we'll do that another time. So stay tuned, subscribe, turn the bell on. My point is, then they got another one, replaced it with that. I said, this is like a 1 month newer. This is manufactured in March 2010. And they're like, how does he know from the box what this much? He knows more than us. Anyway, serial numbers, mate, codes, I know it. Anyway, that's my business to know. I've said that before, right? So almost a mini argument. Now back to the manager again. Manager says, oh, well, I think maybe he's right. Maybe there's a problem with our labeling system here, because they look at something different on the box. They won't tell me what they're looking at. Anyway, the point is, eventually the third time lucky, the box came out. I said, beautiful, manufactured in June 2021, less than a month old. That's what we like, thank you very much. And happy days, you know. But a bit of feedback for those people. Let's go and have a look at the other. So this is what you're looking at, right? If you haven't cleaned it, that's meant to be an open hole. So that's your air intake, right? Half block, mate. That's like 50% block. Was this it's a 2013, about 140, or it's here for 140k service as well. So it's about 140k, give or take. That's what you're looking at. We've seen them almost that bad at 50,000 and 80,000. We've seen them a lot cleaner than that too. We've talked about it before in the checkout, the inject information videos, the EGR information videos. There's no pattern to it. We've seen hundreds of these, you know, fuel type, oil type, driving type. You know, there's a few variables. There's no absolute what causes it to be better or worse. Let's go over to another vehicle here. Here's one here. It's a lot cleaner because this one's getting injectors replaced also, okay? So the other one, you notice it was all dusty. That's clean enough for an EGR clean. It'll get cleaned up afterwards. It wasn't dirty, it wasn't clean, it was clean enough, right? But there's a few things I want to point out in this video, and some of it may be in a separate video. So like I say, subscribe, bell on so you don't miss out. Problem when you miss information is you're asking me questions and I'm like, mate, this is all in videos. I haven't got time to answer questions for thousands of people the same question. Please understand that. That's why people need to watch the videos. That's where the information is. Then you won't have any questions. If it's a genuine question, like people want to see a video on how to bleed these brakes, that's coming. It's all coming. I can't do encyclopedia, all genuine, accurate information on everything on every motor vehicle in one video. Sit tight, it's coming. Please put in the comments what you would like to see. If it's already there, you probably won't get a reply. You probably won't get a like or anything like that. If it's a good one, everybody else that reads the comments can press like on it maybe, and the more likes a comment gets, the asking, well, maybe I can help out with that. But have a look over here, right? This engine, much cleaner, okay? We've got a similar situation with the extra fuel filter here. It's got the ARB battery over here, and we'll talk about these circuit breakers that have been glued to the battery, right? Glued to the battery in another video. not the best, and they could fill up with water and then end up shorting out. Another story. But what I'm trying to show is, with this one at least, you can still get, it's difficult, there's not much room down that side, but you can get either this way, you can get your tool through this way to get to the oil filter, because that hose can just move up a bit out of the way like that. There's access there still, we can still get in. You know, it's harder because this is here instead of normally it's back here, so we've got that much less space. So we can either, what we do when we do injector jobs, this isn't hard to remove obviously, bang, 2 hoses off, pressure plug at the top, plug at the bottom, these 2 bolts, and just remove that out of the way, because we really need full access down here to get to the fuel pipes and everything on the injector replacement job. So that fuel filter will be coming out, so it's a little bit of extra work compared to the you know, because instead of it being back here. So that's where that slab comes in. I think we'll have another video talking about these circuit breakers and stuff, the way they are and some of the wiring. You know, we've talked about similar stuff before. So that's a video, guys. Hopefully that's helped you understand some of the extra work involved, some things you want to avoid, zip ties and fuel hoses and these extra fuel. This one, you put the, I don't mind the battery there. You end up with 2 on one side. I don't mind it there, but I don't prefer it there. I prefer it here. There's an empty space for it. That's where it goes. You need a really good, decent battery quality tray, but that'll be, it's in other videos. We've got 2 channels, guys. The stuff where we talk about battery trays, the ones to get and whatever, 4x4 Adventures. Same as 4x4 Diesel, but 4x4 Adventures. Thanks for watching. We're out of here. Subscribe, turn the bell on, give us a thumbs up. Catch you on the next one. See ya.